Desmos, let's see what we can get. It says, what is the solution set for this problem? In Desmos, you type in 2x squared plus 14x minus 88 equal 0. So as you can see, we got two red lines. Let's check the values. So as you can see, we got to find our 2x values. What are our 2x values, you all?
-11 and 4.
4, that is our answer. So, -11 and 4. Moving on. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now with this question here, we type it in just like we see it. Y. Let me see if I can do this. Greater than or equal to. Oh, that's not what I want. Okay. Absolute value. X plus 2. Minus 2. Okay. Now, the graphs are the same, but we got to find out which one of these in the green box is a solution. So, with this one, they must fall within the blue box or on the solid blue line. If this is a dotted blue line, we can't have any numbers on the dotted blue line. Only the solid line. So let's type in, let's see what we get. 3. Type in each point, you see where it falls at. A doesn't fall.
They gotta be on the line.
Let me get it first, then I'll explain. Now, as you can see, we have A, B, and C, and only C falls within the blue box. So I'm going to get rid of A. I'm going to get rid of B. Let's go to D. Okay. Let's try E. Okay. So, as you can see, E does not fall. Nowhere near the graph is out here by itself, so we get rid of it. So as you can see, we have C, D, and F. Now, Alan, you had the question about if it falls on the line. If you look at this red dot falls on the line. So our answer choices will be C, D, and F.
Wait, so I got a question.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Alright, so if it answers a question like this, do they have to necessarily fall on the line?
Okay,
no. Fall in the box?
They can fall in the box or on the line. Okay? Mm-hmm. If they fall inside the box like these two, they are solutions. They are solutions. However, this red dot falls on the line. It is also a solution. However, if this line was dotted like this, it would not be a solution.
So if the line dotted, the only ones that could be a solution is the ones that's in the box.
Yes.
Okay.
Only the ones in the box. Okay? But since it is a solid line, we count it as well. Okay?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. It says which factors correspond to the roots for the graph below. Now we got to find out which one of these equations represents the graph. So as always, you type it into Desmos. And even if you have a TI-84 calculator, type it into the calculator. And as you can see, the first one is our answer. So the answer to this one is F. questions? Now it says, a farmer pumps water from an irrigation well to water his field. The time it takes to water the field varies inversely with the rate the pump operates. It takes 20 hours. It takes 20 hours of water to take 20 hours to water the field when the pumping rate is 600 gallons per minute. If he adjusts the pump so that it pumps at a rate of 400 gallons per minute, how long would it take to water the field? So what we gotta do here? We do 20 over 600 equal x over 400. Okay? We cross multiply. This is 600x equal 8,000. Divide both sides by 600. We get 13.3. Okay, what is our answer? Two decimals. So with this one, we must find our x, we must find y. So we must find our x and y intercepts for this problem. So you graph it, click on it, and you click on the y intercepts, the x intercepts, and you just circle the ones you have. So this is a TI question. So 0, 16, 4, 0, negative 2, 0, and 2, 0. That's all we got to do. Any questions?
No.
This is what we find. This is what we call an asymptote. So we do log 2x minus 9. So looking at the graph, when we talk about an asymptote, that's how you pronounce the word. An asymptote is where the line, how can I say it? It stops the line from going. Okay? Now as you can see with this red line, it increases as it's going to the right. But as it's going down, it doesn't get any closer to, what's that number? 4.5. Okay? So that's going to be, I'm going to type it in. X equals 0. As you can see, it gets nowhere near 0. Y equals 0. Don't worry about that one. Y equal 9 divided by 2. Not that one. We change this to X. As you can see, if I were to zoom in, it gets very close. As you can see, it'll get close, but it doesn't touch it. Because an asymptote is what we call a barrier. It prevents the line from going over. So the answer here is C. Okay? Asymptote is what keeps a line from going anywhere. Okay? From extending. Do everybody understand that? Over X. So again, can somebody tell me my domain here?
The line doesn't get close to the 0, so it's all non-real 0 numbers.
Okay, we will come back to this question. I'm going to work this one out for you. Now, here we go. increasing and decreasing. What value, listen to me, what value do we look at when we're dealing with increasing and decreasing? Your X values or your Y values?
The what?
Nope, your X values. Okay? So let me do this real quick. So I'm going to have A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now on the SOL, you can actually, it's going to be like a click and drag or something like that. Right now, we're just going to, you'll tell me the letters, okay? So the first one we're going to be dealing with is increasing. Now the graph that's in Desmos, that's the graph we're looking at. Where is it increasing at? A, B, C, E, and F. Now Alan just gave us one answer. I got everybody else need to give me an answer.
Me.
Who is, I don't, give me your name. E is decreasing. Okay. This is correct. B is decreasing and D is increasing. Okay? So, to decrease, you go from negative infinity to 2. And to increase, you go from 2 to positive infinity. That is correct. I appreciate that. Let's type this one in. Okay, I want you to look at that and be able to tell me the domain and range. Moving on. So when we were finding the inverse, the first thing we must do is switch X and Y. Okay? From there, we got to solve for Y. So, first thing I'm going to do is multiply by the reciprocal on both sides. So instead of 2 over 3, multiply by 3 over 2 on both sides. In the process, they cancel out on the right-hand side. So now that I have on the left-hand side, 3x over 2 equal the square root of y minus 4. Now I square both sides to get rid of the radical. So now I'm left with 3x over 2 squared equal minus 4. Now I add 4 to both sides. So I get and that answer is what? Y'all looking at the screen?
It's A. L.
That's
A.
F.
F.
Okay? That's it. Y'all need to pay attention. Copy that problem down, please. Now, this is given the factors of this function. What are the zeros? You all, what's another name for zeros? Thank you. X-intercepts. So what we got to do is plug this into Desmos and find out X-intercepts, and we got the answer. Five, 0. So that means the first answer is 5, was the x. Our second one is 0. We got one more. Negative 0.429. So that's either gonna be one of these last three. Let's check it out. 1 divided by 5, that's 0.2, so that's not it. 7 divided by 3, that's definitely not it. So 3 divided by 7, that is it. And since it's negative, that's it. Any questions? Let's say 1/2 square root 5x plus 3. Okay. Switch x and y. Hold on.
So you're always going to switch x and y?
Huh?
So you're always going to switch x and y?
Yes, you're gonna always switch x and y. Okay, that's the first step. Switch x and y. Switch x and y. That's always. Okay, second step. So really, we gonna watch TV when we should be paying attention in class? No. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna multiply both sides by the radical of the fraction. So we multiply by 2/1 on both sides. Okay. The right hand side, they cancel each other out, leaving only the radical. So we get 2x over 1. Now we square both sides. The reason we squaring them because we got to get rid of the radical, the square root sign. So I'm left with 2x okay. Now we have 5y plus 3. Now we subtract 3. So I'm gonna switch. Now we left with 5y. Just switching things around real quick. Equal to okay. Now we divide both sides by 5. That's your final answer. That's it. Any questions, concerns, or comments?
No.
Okay. It says, what is the fifth sequence? What is the fifth number of this sequence? So this is our equation. Now we now got to find the first 5 sequences to get to the fifth one. So A1. Okay, n equal 1, so I now have 5 times. So n equals 1, so I do 1 minus 1. So what's 2 to the 0 power? Anything? Anything to the 0 power is 1, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, now you do. Remember that that's part of the exponent rules. Okay? Now, we go to the second one. So I have 5 times 2 to the first power. Therefore, that gives me 10. Plus 5 times 2 is 10. I go to the third one. Make sure you're copying this down, you all.
I had the feeling with the answer will probably be.
What's the answer?
I think it's probably gonna be S.
Okay. We know it's not going to be J because that's to the fourth one. So we get rid of that. So 3, that's 2. We got 5, 4.
No, it's no, not. I know it's gonna be now. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be G.
2 to the third power is 8. And now we have the fifth one. So our answer is G8. The answer is G8.